Okay, let's go.
What is up, Broncos country? I am your host, Fanatic Dak. Yes, you heard it here, Fanatic. I'm a fan. I'm not a reporter. I'm not an analyst or what have you. This is my boy Kinley in charge of the Buckem Pod crew. How's it going, bro? How are you feeling after such a tragic loss? Another tragic loss. Talk to me, bro. Speak to me. I'm all ears, buddy.
It's been a lot of back and forth on Twitter today. I'm feeling okay. Yesterday I was a little bit more upset, but I'm feeling okay. This team is just undisciplined. They're lacking execution, but it's small, tiny fixes, and that I truly believe that we can get that corrected. Once again, we're starting off a year slow. Last year. What we were 0-3, 0-2.
0-2.
0-2. Sorry, we were 0-2, and this year we're starting off 1-2. Our schedule looks rough, but we got Cincinnati on Monday, and I think that could be a good bounce back game for us. But speaking of this game, it's just we did everything we could do to beat ourselves in back-to-back weeks, and enough's enough with it. Like, that's just unacceptable.
Right. I'm totally agree with you, bro. I feel like it's the same song and dance. Both sides of the ball, I feel like they lack that clutch gene, if I'm being honest, right? We were touting this defense as an elite defense. Kind of, it hasn't really been that, if I'm being honest with you guys. Um, Especially for the viewers watching this. You see the breakdowns towards the games when the game is on the line. You go back to the Colts game. Game's on the line. They get the drive. They get the field goal. They're within scoring range again on the next possession. I think it was this game where Marion Hampton hadn't done anything in 2 games with the Chargers, if I'm being honest, and he gets the dump off. Nobody covers him. He's left open.
Crazy thing. He looked like a dud in the first couple of weeks, but guess what? We made him look like a stud.
Yeah.
And that's just teams know where to attack. And will we do anything to address that? Probably not. And teams will continue to exploit that, the inside linebacker position. It won't change. We're not even gonna.
It seems like this is a team loss for sure. You can point to a number of things why we lost this game: the ball overthrows, lack of execution, lack of efficiency, maybe personnel changes that people have issues or don't have issues. The Broncos media, I've seen quite a bit of things, different sides of the conversation, when it comes to, oh, well, substitutions aren't an issue. Oh, well, where they are. Oh, well, Sean Payton's play calling has been vanilla. Oh, well, it's not, so. Yeah. But when are the excuses going to stop? When is there going to be some accountability? Because as far as I'm aware, the product that continues to be put on the field is lack of it gives me a sour taste in my mouth, Yeah. We're still having the same conversation year 3 with Sean Payton at the helm. I'm just pointing that out there, ladies and gentlemen. We're 2-10 against teams over 500 in the Sean Payton era. Am I calling for his job? By no means. But there needs to be some changes, and I'm not talking about, getting, play calling or what have you, but I'm kind of tired of the same song and dance, bro.
Yeah.
But let's look at this matchup. Bo Nix, 14 of 25 in this game, 153 yards. The attempts were down. 1 touchdown pass, no interceptions. The turnovers were down. He was sacked twice. But the run game, 21 attempts, 118 yards. I feel like in some phases of the game where we needed to run the ball, we really didn't, like in the red zone. Do you want to touch on that, Kinler?
I do want to touch on that because when people, you say 21 attempts, and people are like, well, that's not bad. 8 of those were Bo Nix, people. 8 of those were Bo Nix taking off and running. You gave Dobbins 11 carries. He's averaging 7.3 yards a carry. He single-handedly on one drive took over and ended up scoring a touchdown.
Yeah.
You gave Harvey 2 carries. I don't understand it.
Second-round prize pick, mind
Right.
you.
I don't understand it. And you prided, Sean Payton, I'm going to talk to you for a second, bud. You talked about how you wanted to get RJ Harvey involved more. You gave him 2 touches at the beginning of the first quarter. 1 touch.
He didn't touch the ball after that?
Yeah, he had 3 total touches in the whole game. Unacceptable. Can I also tell you that first and goal at the 5-yard line. I mean, did Dobbins see a carry?
No.
No, he didn't see a carry. No. That could have been the biggest shift in the game right there. 17-13. You just converted a 4th down to Cortland. You're inside, you're at the 5-yard line, and you don't run the ball one time. You do a quarterback draw. I would have ran the ball after that. Instead, you go straight to passing. And I see a formation where it's wide. You're in the gun, and you have Atkins split out wide, and you have Troutman split out wide with Cortland and Franklin in the slot. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that? You know what?
Can I say something, bro? It feels like it's very frustrating because even the things that are supposed to be simple, like by no means am I an X and O's guru, as I mentioned, but like the simple things that I'm looking at aren't simple for us to so it's really tough. It's really frustrating. You look at, I mean, Sutton was had a good game. It looks like, but Trey Franklin, two receptions, 8 yards on 4 targets.
Unacceptable. Like, when are you going to get more of your
Mims? 1 reception, 4 yards, 4 targets.
Well, we already know what people are going to say. Well, if Bo hits that throw to Cortland and Mims, they have a bigger game, which is true. We're not excluding Bo out of this. Did Bo have a rough game? Yes, he did.
We can't even execute simple things. But right. On a 3rd and 19, I think it was, we hit a flea flicker. You're calling that up. I mean, and I know, ladies and gentlemen, would be like, if he hits that, then we're not having this conversation. I get all that. But when you're trying to do all the fancy shit and you're not able to execute the simple shit, there's an issue. It's an issue. From the head coach, from the quarterback, from the lineman, all the way across the board, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And like you said, the down and this is 3rd and 19. We saw too much of that. 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15. Sean Payton mentioned it. It is tough. It is tough to convert that for a quarterback. What do you want Bo to do? If you're constantly like, oh, they were 2 for 13 on 3rd downs, but how many of those were legit, like, manageable? Not even most of them were manageable. But I will say Sean Payton did scheme up some stuff to get guys open. Bo has to do a better job. But I'll tell you what, the offense as a whole has to execute. There was a play to Harvey that that was set up perfect, but Sherfield and Troutman decide, well, who's going to block this guy? Nobody, I guess. And that guy destroys the whole play. And if they just get in his way, that's Harvey runs for maybe 20 more yards or more. Who knows? We don't know. But this team is lacking execution. Okay, they're lacking execution. They're lacking discipline. And it's time for Sean to put boot to asses, because it's enough of it. It's enough of this team beating themselves. And now we're sitting here like, well, if the Broncos would have did this.
What are the excuses?
You know what I'm saying? Like Wattenberg, the guy can barely pick up stunts.
That Chargers defensive line kicked his ass.
Kicked his butt. I mean, the Chargers in the first half, they destroyed that offensive line. For the whole first, they destroyed that offensive line, okay? Like, they weren't playing any games with them. But I just think overall, as a whole, it's just the team, okay? We talked. This team was hyped up and talked about Super Bowl top 5 defense. We have not seen none
Let's
of
stop
that.
that notion right now, because until I see efficiency, consistency,
Right.
whatever, it's I don't know, man. Are we in trouble of potentially missing the playoffs? I mean, we're looking at the standings off, and we're 1-2. We're 1-2.
Yeah, being 1-2, you 0-2 in conference play, like that's a hole that you're in a hole right now because that's big. 0-2 in the conference, you're 0-1 in the division. That's just that may come down to it, at the end, especially with God forbid if the Chiefs decide to finally have some life and the Giants gave them that jump start. You know what I'm saying? But we could be potentially in a threat of missing the playoffs, and that would be
Yeah, and
bad.
it's crazy that just these last two games have had that big of effect on our season. Like honestly, I get it. If you win the game against the Bengals, not is also bad. And
Right?
we saw but this is the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. That's not a give me either.
Sure
They have
enough. Any
offensive
given Sunday.
weapons. They have weapons on offense as well. They have Jamar Chase. They have a Chase Brown that can be an effective pass catcher out of the backfield.
Versus our linebackers, he gonna look great.
See what I mean?
I'm just being
That's not
honest.
a layup. I know a lot of people within Broncos media kind of feel like that's a layup. But I don't know if there's any layups, to be honest, right now, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, like the defense got to step up in crunch moments. Offense has to do more. It's on everyone. This is not just this is on Bo Nix. Like Bo Nix lost his. No,
Defense,
it's not.
offense, special teams. We had some issues, but we cleaned up. Thank God Marvin Mims having some great returns.
And
But I just feel like when there's that many issues, all eyes are on the head coach.
Yeah, but can I say this for the people who sitting here saying like, Bo, I'm off of Bo Nix, or he's not the one. Let's draft a car. Get your head out your ass.
No, yeah, that's
all
not
right.
happening.
I don't know what type of game you watching, but
year 2 of Bo Nix.
Like I just don't understand. We're making these misses seem like they're way over the receiver's head. These are fingertip hitting hands misses, which is correctable. So calm down and give the guy a chance. Like my buddy said, this is year 2, week 3 of the season, and you're already out on the guy who brought us back to the playoffs
and last year. Problem, Kinley, is a lot of Broncos fans want the Josh Allen, they want the Lamar Jackson, but they don't want the time to wait for that, right? They don't want the time sit here and wait for that development to happen, because people forget what Josh Allen wasn't Josh Allen
until 2 years. His first 2 years, Josh Allen was not Josh Allen.
Lamar Jackson wasn't Lamar Jackson. What, after 2 seasons?
After 2 seasons. Come on, people, calm down. Y'all, we gotta give him a chance.
I know Bo Nix is going to get it together. I do have faith that he will. I do have faith in Sean Payton as well.
Sure do.
Like, I know I was pretty negative. I'm in my feelings. I'm emotional about the game because I feel like it's the same shit. But I do have the confidence ultimately in this leadership from the top down to get this figured out. I know it's only September. September, right? Can't even remember the calendar, but I know it's still early, and I know Sean Payton has a track record of starting off slow, ultimately getting things together. Right. So, yeah. But I just want people to just be aware, like, dude, this is tough because Sean Payton. These are the list of excuses we had, right? Russell Wilson was the issue, so we get rid of him. It was the quarterback, right? We get Bo Nix, okay? I'm just laying this all out there. We get Bo Nix last season. We drafted him, which I'm big on. I'm high on Bo Nix still. Okay, so we go in 10-7. We get to the playoffs. The issue this offseason was he didn't have enough playmakers, right? We go and get the playmakers. Evan Ingram, RJ Harvey, just the 2 names, that we can really say, hey, of course, Sean Payton wanted to develop. Troy Franklin has been phenomenal. He's a playmaker. Marvin Mims, he's a playmaker. Why are we not integrating our playmakers as much as I see other teams doing it? Why is it so difficult for us to be able to do that? That's my part. I get Sean Payton calls a good game. He can scheme up open things, and I get the personnel, whatever his agenda is, or whatever his skit is for the to start the games. But why is it so hard for us to play offense with
Honestly,
playmakers?
I don't understand. He
It
switches out
seems so hard.
personnel. He switches out personnel like crazy. But why can't I not see? Why can't he not see that Pat Bryant blocks better than Sherfield? I have seen him whiff on so many. Pat Bryant, I will keep saying this till the cows come home, is probably your second, if not best, blocking receiver on the team. Yet I still see Sherfield getting called out there to go make blocks and to keep on missing. And I just don't understand. Troutman, your job is mainly blocking, and you could not even block a safety. I watched you whiff on so many blocks yesterday. What value do you bring then?
Look at these receiving. Look at Denver's receiving. I'm not making this shit up, dude. 14 receptions, 153 yards, 1 touchdown. Yes, like we said, if Bo hits some of those, maybe we're talking a little bit different about the game. Maybe momentum changes.
Two out
But
of the three. Two out of the three.
this is underwhelming. This is underwhelming. This is the production that I do not want to see. This is the production that'll lose you games, and it has.
I mean,
So,
let's talk about the Bo Nix overthrows. Did he overthrow two of those? Yes. Two out of the three he got a hit. But the one to Mims in the end zone, people, he has a D tackle who just destroyed Wattenberg, breathing down his neck. And I'm surprised Bo still got the ball off because that DT hits him. And if Bo would have underthrew that pick, because there's 3 charges around Marvin Mims, but Bo still gets enough on the ball to get in the end zone. And the safety knocks Marvin off of his route just a little bit. So, but we don't want to look at all that. We don't look at all that during the game. We just see, oh, look, an overthrow. But we don't go into the details
and
of
where Bo
why.
can get better, where he can get better, of course, a lot of people, we said his feet, he could get that. I get all that. But there's been some plays left on the field as well. Like, I know it's on Sean Payton, but let's coach Bo up,
Yep, I agree.
Let's get him to where he's not making the same mistakes. And I know that's probably on the quarterback coach as well, right? And Davis Webb, that gets a lot of praise. Because Bo Nix hit, I think it was, who was it? Marvin Mims and the flat route, but he had someone out running across the screen.
It was Cortland on the deep out. Cortland.
Yeah. So if he hits those, we're talking differently, I just want Bo Nix to be able to see the field a little bit better.
Yeah, and that's on Bo. Bo has to, he was quick to the check down, but if he just goes through his second or third read, you know what I'm saying? Like, Bo has to be better. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. And I believe he can be better and will be better. He understands his mistakes. He loves to he'll go critique himself. I have full confidence in Sean Payton. I have full confidence in Bo Nix. But I will say what worries me, that like the inside linebackers, I don't think that's going to change. We've seen it last year. We're seeing it this year. And I don't know who's walking through that door. We still got to wait for Dre Greenlaw to walk through that door in a couple of weeks. But right now,
and not to mention, like, if you're talking about waiting on Dre Greenlaw, but you're also waiting for him to get in game shape too. It's not the duration that he's on IR, but there's also a period where he'll have to progress and get into game shape. So it's going to be a while until Dre Greenlaw walks through that door. And when he does, it's not a for sure thing that will be that much better on defense, because we can't even execute on defense on the run game. Like,
this game has everybody feeling like, what is this team? Because we don't know what this team is.
You know what, though, bro? It's crazy because we're still trying to figure out an identity.
I mean, we have an identity.
That out, dude. Like, I know everyone keeps calling out play calling like this. It's good and it's bad or whatever. We're still yet to establish an identity as a team.
Pass. Is that our identity?
But
bend, but don't break defense. Pass, run. Pass, run. You want me to break it down for you? You want me to break it down? Did I say run in there? I think I made sure I got it. Pass, run, pass. That's what it is, dude. Like, it still bothers me that Sean gets away from the run game.
I know we're totally trolling on that whole. That's probably not the exact scheme.
We are trolling. But
But
still, I would like to see Sean, we're begging you, run the ball more, please. You're at the 5-yard line. I don't care. Run it twice. I want to see you run the ball, especially when Dobbins was getting it going. He was starting to eat. He was starting to wear down that Chargers defense. Like, keep it going. Your line, you're helping your offensive line when you run the ball consistently. You know that, right? You're not asking them to pass every play. I know that's football 1-on-1, and I know I don't have to tell you that. But that's all I got to say of that one, Dak.
I
you
know,
what?
and it's like I probably really need to just go through the whole week, reset my thoughts, get my emotions through. I'm emotional, bro. Like, this is what it is as a fan, but I'm just sick and tired of talking about the offense.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna get better this game if we do this, this, and that. Oh, we're gonna do better this game if we do this, this, and that. Oh, we're gonna get better if this. When? For Christmas?
Let's hope so by then.
Like I said, I'm frustrated. This is a lot of frustration talking today. It just like it is all across the board, ladies and gentlemen. It comes down to I can point to Sean, I can point to anybody. Like maybe it isn't the play calling, maybe it's the way that there's personnel, and maybe it's the execution. I'm just looking at everything. You have to. We're 1-2, and we can easily be 3-0. But someone pointed on the timeline that we could also be 0-3. So that raised my eyebrows.
Fair.
It's just hard, bro. I'm as a Broncos fan. I was really high going into the season. I think as you were.
Yeah.
I'm hit the panic button. No, maybe it's still too early for that.
No.
We're not even a quarter of the way there. Now with Cincinnati coming through.
I'm not even ready to say Bo's in a sophomore slump yet. I'm not saying that yet. I'm not ready for it yet. Let there be more football to be played. If this is a slow start that was needed for us to take off, I'm glad it's at the beginning. Okay. So I'm glad it's at the beginning. And you know what? Still got full confidence in this team. So on to Cincinnati. Let's go get this dub.
On to Cincinnati.
We're on the Cincinnati. How Bill say we're on the Cincinnati.
On to Cincinnati.
On to Cincinnati. So let's go, man. I still got faith in this team. Love this team. Still got faith in Sean. Still love Bo. Still got faith in Bo.
I love them all, dude. I love all my Broncos. I'm being a little hard ass today. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. It doesn't really matter because I want to see something better. I want to see something different finally. You know what I mean? If I'm being honest, because it's frustrating. It is, the offense was hyped up when we got all these players. The defense was too, right? Number 1 defense. We were calling it, bro. That it hasn't been.
We're looking like fools right now, but
before we do end this show, I do want to give my flowers to Nick Bonito because he did answer the bell, ladies and gentlemen. His phone rang. He picked up the call and he balled out with 2 sacks. He balled out. He was in Justin Herbert's grill and down.
Made Joe Alt look like a statue out there with how fast he was moving.
Yeah, and what? 5 sacks for the game?
5 sacks.
So I know what this defense could be capable of if we get the execution situated. That's all I got to say after that. This has been a great show. Next week, this will all blow over. I'll be a different person for today. But anyway, anything else, Kenley? Let's before we get out of here.
Nope. All I gotta say is, guys, continue to like, show us support, subscribe to the channel. You can follow us on our TikTok at Buckem Pod. We got we're on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate the love. We'll be back with more videos. Remember, if it ain't about the Broncos,
Buckem.
Peace out.
Peace out.